Hey guys, it's Rick Storlie, and today I'm going to be sharing some tips on how to get in front of more qualified leads. Again, my name is Rick Storlie, and I help home builders and remodelers reach their sales goals. I've developed a 5-step system that generates a steady stream of new leads. It creates value through education, employs cutting-edge technology to identify the leads most likely to buy from you, and it's got my 20 plus years of sales and management experience built right into it. Now today we're going to focus again more on lead generation. Specifically, we're going to get into online lead generation. So there's 8 different strategies to generating leads. So in the previous videos, I reviewed the 6 offline strategies, which are on the screen right now. And then now we're getting into, the online strategies. So today we're going to continue with online strategies, and we're going to be focusing on the content that you need to have on your website. Now, there's this gal by the name of Marty Barletta, and she runs a company called Marketing to Women. And so the reason that we pay attention to her is because, 80 to 90% of the time, the primary decision maker in who to hire for a remodeler or a home builder is the woman. So according to Marty, she has this 5 stages that a woman goes through. Number 1 is where it's a kickoff. She gets an idea to do something. Then she begins the research process. Then she goes into purchasing. Then you got the ownership experience, so that's where you're fulfilling. You're building the project, or building a new home, or remodeling her house. And then there's word of mouth, which is going back into a referral partner strategy, which we're going to talk about in a later video. Now, it's important to realize is that part of the time when she's doing this sales process, she's invisible, and part of the time she's visible. Most of you are only working with her when she's visible, and what we're really going to discuss today is what she does invisible. So this would be the time of when it goes from a word of mouth to the kickoff idea and then to research. Now, the important thing to remember is if you are going to be, attract someone in the invisible market or your virtual marketplace, you have to be relevant. In other words, you've got to have the content on your site of what she's looking for. And if the content's not there, she's going to skip over you and go to your competitor's website. So I'm going to give you a review from both a home builder perspective and also a remodeler's perspective on what is the primary content you need to have on your site in order to get her from an online lead into, say, an on-site prospect where you can then go through your face-to-face sales process. Now, there are 3 things that you're going to focus on for your content. Number 1 is locations, and that's going to answer the question where you build, or if you're a remodeler, where your service area is. Number 2 is design, and that's really what you can build or do for her. And then number 3 is give her an idea of how much stuff costs so she can self-qualify her. So let's take a closer look and start with locations. What you see on the map right now is this is a home builder's map, and now this is a scattered lot builder that also has a couple of neighborhoods that they build in. So simply we've taken a Google map and we've done a shaded area here that shows the building area or their service area. So if you're a remodeler, you would do something very similar to this and say, here's my service area where I'm willing to drive to in order to do a project. And then the icons here are individual locations. These can be your neighborhood locations. And so on your page, you can have this map with links then to each particular locations, but also lists a lot of the cities that you build in. Now, let's get into what, or the design aspect. So what's really important, first and foremost, is professional photos. And I say professional not lightly. Your photos on your website are really what's indicative of the projects you do. So if you take crappy photos and don't have them professionally done, people are going to think you do crappy projects. It's not going to show them in the best light. So it's very, very important that you have a photo gallery full of professional photos. The other thing I mentioned for photo galleries is I would always categorize them either, number 1, by your model, maybe the name of your models. It could be, if you're a custom builder, by perhaps the address or the name of the house if you named the house after you designed it, or if you're a remodeler, which will show you should be by the project type. So in this case, you can see this particular builder has gone by the name. This is a custom builder, but they have a name for each home that they build. Okay, so here's a remodeling photo gallery, and you can see that we've gone by project type. So an exterior and additions, a kitchen, project types so people can find the project they're interested in and go in and look at more of those particular photos. Now, the other thing that you're gonna put into play from a home building perspective is a design library. And this again answers the question what you can do. So for this particular builder, they've listed off their plan names from size-wise, bedrooms, bathrooms, what stories they are, garage size, so on and so forth. So you're going to have a series of plans that people can search. From a remodeling standpoint, we call this a remodeling services page. So in other words, the kitchen or a bathroom or a great room or an exterior, these will all have their own pages. And just to give you a little more insight on what that would look like from a remodeling perspective, it's great to tell a story about a previous project. So in remodeling, people love before and after pictures. What did the kitchen look like before? Hey, does it look like my kitchen? And what does it look like after? So here you can go ahead and tell a story on what you did for each project. You can get testimonials from the client that you worked on and show numerous professional after photos. All right, so let's move into how much for and pricing, the pricing question. From a home builder's perspective, you're going to want to have an available homes section. And even if you don't build models or spec homes, you are going to want to put in to be built homes. And so as you can see in some of these particular listings for this particular builder, these are to be built homes. So there's a professional rendering for a thumbnail. We'll put floor plans on there. We'll put some of the basic features and benefits, so it's, a design statement for how the home lives, some of the key details to the floor plan. And then we're going to give them a range. So don't give them a specific price because it's a to be built, but give them a range. This home can be built from 250 to 300 with a call to action to contact you to get more specifics and narrow down the price. From a remodeling standpoint, I like to use a resource, Hanley Wood. And so what I will do is we will put together a Hanley Wood project cost samples. So pick 5 of the most popular remodeling projects in your area and give them samples of what those projects cost. Hanley Wood, I think, tracks something like 37 or 38 different types of remodeling projects. So this is just a free report that they can download to get an idea of, hey, what is the range of a kitchen or a bathroom or a great room or a porch in your particular area. Hey, that's it for today. Hope you got some good idea on what content to put into your website. And next time we're going to move into, and I'm going to get into what your pages should look like. You're going to have about 3 different types of pages, and I'll get into some specifics on those. Happy selling.